Never get an all-white jury unless you're white. Today's Karmelo Anthony verdict made me put together a quick video on this subject. My disclaimer, this is a data-driven video. I have visuals, but only 7 people see my excellence, and I'm in my feelings right now. I want to thank my subscribers and my 7 views. Now here are the facts. For those who don't know, Karmelo Anthony is a 19-year-old black man who was just convicted of murder in Collin County, Texas. And it got me thinking. What does the data actually show when you're black or brown and you're sitting in front of an all-white jury? Because that's exactly what happened in this case. The jury pool started with 589 people. Prosecutors used their strikes to remove every qualified black juror. Every single one. The defense objected. They called it what it was. The judge overruled them and let it stand. So Karmelo Anthony, a black teenager, was judged by a jury with 0 black members. And now he's facing up to 99 years in prison. Maybe he's guilty. Maybe the verdict is right. But the question I want answered is whether the composition of that jury made a difference. Because the data says it does. Researchers at Duke University studied over 700 felony trials in Florida. They found that when there were no black people in the jury pool, black defendants were convicted 81% of the time. White defendants in the same situation convicted 66% of the time. That is a 16-point gap. Not because of the evidence, not because of the crime, because of who was sitting in that jury box. Now here's the part that should make your jaw drop. When just one black person was added to the jury pool, not even the seated jury, just the pool, that gap almost completely disappeared. Black defendants convicted 71%. White defendants 73%. One person changed the entire outcome. That tells you everything about where the problem lives. If this channel is bringing you something you can't find anywhere else, please subscribe and share this video with someone who needs to see it. We're building something here, and every single person counts. Now back to the data. This isn't just a Florida problem. The U.S. Sentencing Commission released a report in 2023. Federal data, official numbers. Black males receive sentences 13.4% longer than white males for the same crimes. Hispanic males receive sentences 11.2% longer. Hispanic males are also 26.6% less likely to receive probation compared to a white defendant in the exact same situation. Same crime, different outcome, different skin. The National Registry of Exonerations took it even further. Innocent black people are 7.5 times more likely to be convicted of murder than innocent white people. 7.5 times. And those murder convictions that were later overturned, almost 50% more likely to involve police misconduct than cases where white defendants were exonerated. The system didn't just fail, it was pushed. Now what about Hispanic defendants and jury composition specifically? Researchers admit the data is thinner there. Most studies were designed around black versus white defendants. But the outcome data still shows the same pattern. In Colorado, a state study found that 54% of Hispanic defendants were sentenced to prison on felony charges. White defendants in the same situation? 41%. Same courts, same charges, different results. There's also a case called Hernandez versus Texas. A Mexican-American man was convicted by an all-white jury. At the time, 14% of that county's population was Latino. Not one had ever been called for jury service. Not one. So what's the takeaway? If you are black or Hispanic in this country, an all-white jury is not a neutral outcome. The Karmelo Anthony case isn't an exception. It's the rule with a name on it this week. The data proves it. The research proves it. The exonerations prove it. This isn't opinion. These are numbers, and numbers don't care about feelings. To my 6 viewers who showed up for this one, I see you, and I appreciate you more than you know. Please excuse the lazy video and the lazy visuals. If this hit different, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.